Hi everyone. Welcome back. Welcome if you're new here. My name is Lauren and I create a lot of planner videos. If you've been around for a while, I have a completely different setup right now because it's a really dark and gloomy day here. My office is really dark, so I had to come into my bedroom where there's more windows and more natural light coming through. I wanted to show you what I have going on for April. Let's get going. As you can see here, it's not something that was in my everyday lineup for planning. This is my Planner Perfect Marigold in wide, and I spent the weekend truly thinking about what I need in a planner in my everyday life to help me accomplish the things that I say are important to me. But those things usually take a back seat because of other things. I was using rings. I was back and forth between rings and this A6 Emma, which I love. I really do. Just a kind of quick thing. My A6 Emma, I had three, well, I mean, more than that, but three different insert things, some of them with double on the strings, and then my Stayology. And as you can see, it's chunky, which I do. I like chunky things. However, with the Stayology, it just wasn't working out because it's in the back and it's starting to be really hard to write when you open it up and stuff like that. So yeah, I had to, it's really hard because even holding it, it's hard. I really enjoy this. I enjoy sticky notes everywhere and different journaling cards and prompts and things like that. And just looking at this pretty stuff, and there's nothing to say I can't do that in here. This is just so compact. I might use it as an on-the-go type planner, which I've never done that. It's just like my planner is my planner. I bring it when I need it. But I might just have like a monthly, a weekly, and kind of scrap paper in here. We'll see. But when I was going through and thinking about it and talking with some planner friends, the things that are important to me that I need in a planner are a big monthly calendar for one, for two, second, a place to write down when my bills are due, a place, because I did start this a couple of months ago, of keeping track of my spending, my daily spending. So I wanted a place to definitely keep that in. I need an inbox area because random things pop in my mind all of the time. And if I don't write it down, I will forget that I thought it, or I'll forget that it's a conversation I had, and so on and so on. So I need an inbox section. I've really taken up journaling, I would say, in the past year, and it's a really great thing for me, for my mental health. And if I have that separate from my planner, I won't grab for it. So that was important to have a space to do that in a planner and a place to get creative. Now, when I say creative, it's not anything crazy. I like laying down washies and washi strips and stickers and all of that stuff. That's fun to me. I like tipping in vellums. That's what I'm talking about, getting creative, stuff like that. But I also need something where I'm being intentional about my days, about my life, because wintertime is always tough for me. I live in the Northeast. It's cold, it's dark, it's miserable from about December until March. We get a couple of sunny days here and there, but this winter was really hard for me, especially for my mental health. It was very depressing and it was tough. It was a lot of time inside, and some people are okay with just cozying up. I need fresh air and sunshine. With that being said, I wanted to be more intentional. And if you're not familiar with Planner Perfect at all, and like I said, this is a Planner Perfect Marigold and wide. The Planner Perfect method and what Jenny does with her method it's being intentional about your days and about your life and incorporating even the minute things into your day, but in a way that makes it more appealing than just, let's see, a checklist, you know, than just little bullet points. And this does work for my brain. And I'm not saying that I won't be using that in these books, but I do want to write out certain things. So I was going to kind of walk you through what I came up with. And this is going to be an evolution. I am going to stick with this for the whole month of April. I am declaring that to myself now for at least the whole month of April to really get comfortable with it, to find what works for me and what doesn't work for me, and go from there. So I'm going to start from the back and move forward. We're going to talk all this out. This is my 12-month plan book that starts in March 2022 and goes until February 2023 because I ordered it back in February to start in March. So with these monthlies, the 12-month plan book, you have the month on 2 page, and then you have 4 pages in between each month. And you can choose whether you want this dot grid, line, blank. I chose lined, and my thought process was, let's see, I already filled that in. So let me find a blank one. Okay, May. I use a monthly calendar for everything. That's my forward planning. Everything goes in my monthly calendar. All timed things go in here. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be having 2 pages. I don't usually have that much in my inbox, but because I want to start to write everything down that pops in my head so that I don't forget about it, I'm going to leave myself the space of 2 pages for my inbox. And then the other 2 pages, I'm going to have my bills for the month, which is like here. So I don't know what I'll do with this space. Could be blank, that's fine. And then here will be my expenses, or I'll start the expenses, the spending from where my bills end and just have a running log. And this, a wide it's good real estate. So, you could have 2 columns going. You don't need a full line all the way across just for your spending. I hope not. I hope I'm not spending that much on a daily basis. So that's the plan for the monthly plan book. And then you move on to these 2 books. I only have 3 books in here currently. I may add a 4th. These 2 are from the subscription box. I do get the full monthly subscription box which comes with your plan book, journal, tip-in cards, washi, and 4 sticker sheets. I went back and forth. I'm like, maybe I'll just use the journal and do what I was normally doing, just kind of bullet journal style of dating it and having my tasks and little notes for the day or something like that. But then I decided against it. I decided to use the plan book for what the plan book was intended for. And this is how I'm setting it up. It has a monthly calendar in here, but I don't need 2 because I have one in my 12-month book. So this I'm going to use as just like a quick memory overview. Annie from A Wife and Mother does this, and I think I've said this in a previous video. I absolutely love that. She puts a sticker each day with a little blurb about what they did or what happened. I may get around to putting a sticker or not. If not, I'll write what happened in there. And then for the 4 goals pages, I have my intentions. So I have my mama intentions, ministry, meaning my faith walk, family, and homeschool. So those are my 4 intentions, the categories for each month. So I'm going to have those in there. And then then you jump into, but I already kind of filled mine in. We'll see if I'll show that. You jump into a weekly overview. There's one before that. So in the weekly overview, well, let me show you. Okay. So yeah, there's nothing like super important. What I'll use the weekly overview for, because you have this huge box for each day, tracking the weather, any timed appointments, dinner, and then things I have to do on a specific day. And I'm not quite sure if there will be anything else I'm going to put in there, but for right now, that's what I'm using that for. And daily, I saw recently, now let me just say this, take a little sip of coffee first. A little chit chat. I'm a creative in the sense of I can get creative with a lot of certain things. When it comes to this stuff, I'm not creative of thinking original ideas. So when I see something that somebody else does that I'm like, wow, I really, really like that, I'm just going to do it. I like to give credit to who came up with it or where I saw it because I just think that that's the proper thing to do. Um, but yeah, so this is what I had I set up for the week. Now, Jenny just recently, and when I say recently, I think within the last couple of days, posted a video about, oh, something. I think it was like her Sunday checklist. And she kind of showed a peek at her dailies, and I loved how she set them up. Oh my gosh. That might be what prompted me to just jump into this. I'm not quite sure. But she had it where she just put the date across here, the day, and then put the date in this big box up here. And that's visually appealing to me. I really like that. And as I was sitting down last night, setting up the whole week like this, it kicked something in me. And I remembered, oh my gosh, I used to do this every week and it was relaxing and I enjoyed myself and I was taking time out for me, something as simple as writing dates on a blank piece of paper because I can't remember the last time I just did something like that for me without being distracted or rushing through anything. So that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. My intentions, I'm not going in with a set of like, okay, this is going to be here and I'm going to have this here and this here and this here and this here. I am a task list type of person for the things that have to get done. So if I see on my weekly view of, okay, I have to bring my glasses to the eye doctor to have new lenses put in, I will put that here with a bullet point. But I am also going to start to kind of script out certain things, certain areas of my life that I want to be intentional about. I started a weight loss program, so I'm going to be intentional and writing down the food that I'm going to eat for the day. I want to dive deeper into the Lenten season with my daughter. So I'm going to be intentional about that when we're reading our devotionals together in the morning. Be intentional about my Bible time, intentional about our family time when we're all home together in the evenings when my husband's home from work and what we're doing and what our evening routine looks like. There's just a lot of positive changes that I'm making in my life, and I want to focus on them instead of possible negative feelings or crappy moods, things like that. I hope that makes sense. There's also enough space here to, if I have the space by the end of the day, to journal a little bit. And I really like to use Journaling Home's prompts. So she comes out with a kit each month, and she has a bunch of other ones on in her Etsy shop too. I'll link them down below. Where it's just these little prompts, like today's is write about an act of kindness someone has done for you that you've never forgotten. That for me is just a small little thing that I'll write about. It doesn't typically, the prompts don't prompt me to write a full, page in my wide journal about that. So that's something that I can still utilize this, and I'm not jumping into another planner to do it. And I could do it right in here, and I'm good to go with that. With the journal, my intention for the month of April is to break this up into different sections. And I did that last month. I had two different sections. I just split it in half, and I had the intent of using the back half as kind of an inbox and the front half as written prayers. Well, I got through quite a few pages of the written prayers. I got through 2 pages of the back half. And to me, it's fine if you have some blank pages. I don't like to leave half of a book blank and then move on to a next one. So I do want to take full advantage of this book. And the categories I was thinking of tabbing off would be gratitude. And it may be for one day, it might be just a bullet point or one sentence. I'm grateful for this. It might be 5 things I'm grateful for each day. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet, but having a section for gratitude, having a section for written prayers. And typically out of these books, you can get 4 sections and 10 pages each, I believe. Let's count. 1, 2, So that would be one section. Two. Three. Yep, exactly 10 pages per section you would have. So I'm going to have gratitude, written prayers. The third section is going to be Bible verse copying. So when I do spend time in my Bible and whatever verse I'm reading, I'm going to copy down that verse. I may try to do a verse per week to try to memorize it. I have a pretty bad memory. When I've tried in the past, it doesn't work, but pen to paper does help concrete things in your brain. So hopefully that will help. So that'll be my third section. And my fourth section might just be fun stuff, fun practicing my lettering, painting watercolor paintings on here. So that might be what my fourth section is for. But the first three are going to be gratitude, written prayers, Bible verses. And that's the 3 books. The scratch pad on the back, let me write that down too before I get. In case you're wondering, in case you watch my videos or follow me on Instagram and I talk about my short-term memory being so bad, I have epilepsy for 4 years now, and I have to take seizure medicine. And the seizure medicine, although I'm grateful it stops the seizures, it affects so many other things, like my short-term memory. I could be having a conversation with you and forget what you said 2 seconds later. So gratitude, written prayer, Bible verses. So that is why I need to write everything down. And I noticed, I'm going to go take a look at my other wides, but I noticed in this one, this back part is open here where I could have sworn my other everyday organize are not. I thought this was sewn together. So I'm going to check that out. I don't know if that's a new thing or it just happened I got one like that. I'm not quite sure. And that's what I have going on for April. I'm excited to kind of play around and explore, test things out, and give myself a full 30 days to really dive into it and see where it leads me. Let me know down below if you're doing anything new for this quarter. We're now in the second, well, we're coming up in the second quarter of the year. Are you using Planner Perfect? Do you do your own spin on the method, or what do you have going on? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next video.